This is Hilde Larsen having a real talk about health and mindset so that you can live your best life without being controlled by your beliefs and your addictions. Let's get serious. I want to talk to you about kidney filtration. I know a lot of you know a lot about what that is. A lot of you do not know at all what that is. So let me get right to it. When we're talking about kidney filtration, we're talking about the kidneys filtering out lymphatic waste, metabolic waste, old waste, cellular waste, because every cell poops and every cell eats. So that a lot of that job is done by the kidneys. Now, I know that we don't even need to know all about the whys, but we need to know enough so that we can get serious about what to do with the information. Now, I brought a little glass here today, as you can see, because this is a significant tool that I have all my clients use. And if you've been following Dr. Robert Morse, you know that he does the same thing. And I've been doing this myself for years. Let me tell you this. I was so sick, I could hardly move. I was so sick, I was bedridden. If you know anything about my story, you know that I was in so much pain, I would rather die than live another day. Now, when I peed in a jar, and this is what I'm talking about, this is how you check if your kidneys are filtering. And I want you to do this first. You actually pee in a jar and you look at your own urine. Do you think that's odd? I don't. Why? Because we're so sick. I don't think any of this is odd anymore. This is real talk. This is the level that we're at. I was peeing clear, nothing. If your pee is clear, nothing in it, looks like water, maybe slightly yellow, there is no visible filtration. Is there filtration at all? Might be. Is it visible to the eye? No, obviously not. Do you want it to be visible to the eye? Once you start seeing filtration, and I'll talk to you about what it looks like, and I'll talk to you about why the kidneys don't filter all the time, and I'll talk to you about why some people feel like they eat shitty food and then they filter more. We'll get to all of that. This is the basics. How to check if you're filtering. So you pee in a jar, you can let it sit overnight. You can put it in the fridge, put it under a tight lid, let it sit in the fridge, and then look to see what happens. If there is sediment falling to the bottom of the jar, if there are floaters floating around, if it's generally very cloudy, every change from clear to something is clearly more than water coming through your kidneys. And it's not just water. I mean, your blood is filtered. This is not a lesson about kidneys. This is about just how to know if your kidneys are filtrating, how you're going to use the information, and why it's so important to your health. And especially if you're in pain. I cannot say that enough. Acids are pain. Acids out. Kidneys filtering, everything loosens. Believe me, I've been there. So, if your kidneys are filtering, if you're seeing a lot of floaters, you're one of the lucky ones. And what that means to you is this. You are more ready to go on a deeper fast. You are more ready to exercise. You are now more ready to do more lymphatic movement. Why? Because the lymphatic waste will then have a way out. And I'm not saying we're not eliminating through our lungs, our skin, our intestinal tract, through our, poop, liver's involved. I said lungs. Yeah, of course, we eliminate all the time. And I have worried people saying, I don't filter. I pee clear. What can I do? I am recycling my waste. Not really. There's a lot of waste leaving. But older, stagnant lymphatic waste is left easier, at least from what I can see from my findings. I'm working with hundreds and hundreds of clients. It's like opening the floodgate to healing once you get those kidneys to filter. Is it everything? No. Is it cure-all? No, but it's a part of a healthy regenerative process. Why? Because your kidneys are supposed to filter out that waste. Now, if you don't see any sediment, what do you do with that information? So I said that if you see it, you can go more aggressively into a deeper detoxification. You can contact me and we'll walk you through what's best for you and your situation. Always remember this. This is what I do with my clients. Always remember this. There is no one size fits all in this. Never. And this is not because we're different. But as you can see from just filling this glass with your pee, this is how different we are from weaknesses. We're not all the same. So we need different approaches. We'll talk about that. Okay. So if you're not seeing anything, meaning your kidneys are not filtering out the waste that you would like it to, and you don't feel well. Now, you're not going to go looking for trouble. If you feel amazing, why would you worry about? You might want to take preventative measures also, to make sure your kidneys are filtering so that you never run into trouble. Because I see if there's no kidney filtration, trouble is going to come sooner or later, most of the time, sadly. So if you're not seeing filtration, I would go after that. And how do you do that? Well, there are a couple of basics. First of all, stop everything that's hurting your kidneys. That's a really good place to start. And that would be any mucus forming, any animal protein, anything that burdens the kidneys. Lessen up on the protein. In general, lessen up on the protein. And then what's going to nurture the kidneys? Fruits and vegetables, fresh in their raw state. Always. I see amazing results from going on grape fasts, on watermelon fasts. Again, do it sensibly, guided if necessary. Become a member. Why? Because you're invited in to my tribe, and you can ask me, and you can do it with others, and you can have access to all those programs. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's because we need to get real about this. It's not just a woo-woo thing that you can look at if you get so sick you can't go to work in the morning. We're worth so much more than that. So, if your kidneys aren't filtering, this is what I would do. I would eat as much fruits and vegetables as I could. I would look into the herbs like parsley, make myself some parsley water and drink that. I would start doing lemon water in the morning. I would really research what it is that's best for my kidneys. But these are great tips right there. Lemon juice in the morning. No, very low on protein, very low on fat, very low on salt. As much raw, if not all raw. And you know what I recommend? I recommend all raw. And if your kidneys are not filtering, I'm recommending high fruit. Because it's the most healing. And we want to do the way the body is then allowed to do what it needs to do, right? By taking away resistance, by taking away a lot of digestive work. So that's what I would do, number one. Then I would also start to do some dry fasting. Nothing extensively, starting slow. But I have found that there is no way to up the kidney filtration than to have a longer window of dry fasting in your daily regime. I do not recommend going past 16 hours a day, meaning you don't eat or drink anything 16 hours straight every day, because I don't think it's even needed. And I think it becomes very aggressive. And if you're not aiming to be a breatharian and you want to stay nurtured, I think we need the eating window of at least those 8 hours to get in the calories and the energetics that we need to go about with our day. And also remember, the body does need energy to do detoxification, to actually do the cleansing. So jump on my kidney infiltration program for that. You'll find it in the membership group. Now, then monitor yourself and see how you start filtering. Now, I do have, and this is kind of a side topic, but I said in the beginning I would touch on it. Now, what about those that have been living pretty clean for a long time and they feel like they're filtering less? They feel like, say for example, you go juice fasting, you might have noticed you're filtering less. or that you're filtering and then you're not filtering and then you're filtering again. And I have seen in my practice, there's no science behind it other than experience. So I'm talking experience here. If you're looking for, that type of medical science, you're on the wrong channel. Real talk. Now, if you are filtering at one point, meaning you've seen filtration, that means your kidneys are capable of filtering. So you got that out of the way. But then it starts doing stuff. It goes on and off. Look at it this way. Your body is regenerating and healing, and everything is done in cycles within the body. I can remember within myself, just from having really, the inflammation. For example, look at my knees. They were so inflamed, I couldn't bend them for 4 years. I couldn't wear regular pants for 4 years because they were humongous. Now, through the journey of them loosening, they would get better, and then it feels like a comeback, and then get better, and feels like that would happen a lot of times as they regulated, because the body was going after different things and it was coming back to different tasks. So while you're not filtering, eating a high fruit diet, your body is doing something else, clearly not focusing on releasing from the kidneys. That's the very strong, how convinced I am about this, because I've seen it within myself as well, many, many, many times. And I also see when you go juicing, of course, there's a lot of liquid, so you're gonna see less filtration. But also on top of that, I do see that the body then has nothing to digest. So it focuses on clearing out the digestive tract. I see you go on juicing that you release more parasites. I see you release more sulfur, a lot of crap's coming out of the liver. So the body might not be focusing on releasing that, through the kidneys at that time. Plus, here is another topic. Same topic, another idea that goes with that is this. The body will always rid itself of what came in last first. Meaning the crap that you put in yesterday is going to be left you before what you put in like a decade ago. Make sense? So it goes deeper and deeper, because it first has to clean out everything that's in your intestinal tract, then it has to clean out the mucus on the wall, then it has to clean out the parasite, it has to clean out, and then it gets to the wall, the intestinal wall, the sulfur and everything that's intercellular, that's in the wall, the tissue. It will get to that when it's gotten through all the other crap first, right? So it's a little bit about how the whole cycle of the body works. When you're eating clean, there's not that much to clear out from today or yesterday. So it's all about old, stagnant lymphatic waste. And it gets to that in layers. So if you have had great filtration at one point and you're still staying on point, doing the work that you need to do to allow your body to regenerate, then I wouldn't worry about filtration not necessarily being consistent. This is my personal opinion, and this is what this is all about. So thank you for showing up for this little talk about kidney filtration. If you have any questions on the topic specifically, please answer or ask them below the video. And look for the links on how to become a member so you can start on the kidney filtration program. You can get access to all my other programs and to my expertise on the topic and so many other topics, because I am enthusiastically inspired to teach you about how to get healthy on all levels. Now, I've also had, not only a few, but many of you are asking me if I have any books or if I should write a book. And this is it. So you can pick this up at Amazon, or anywhere they sell books, online at least. This is called No More Bullshit. And this is the book that is all about your mindset. It's about realizing that what you're living is creating what you're experiencing. And it's about releasing this. It's about seeing the crap. It's about letting it go. It's a very, positive book if you want to change your mindset. My first book, From Hell to Inspired, this is my story. And I think a lot of you might be inspired by just reading that, knowing that you're not alone, that other people have lived through so much crap but we're doing it together and we're stronger for it. And my last one, which is probably the most popular, is called Know the Truth and Get Healthy. And you know me, I am bold and I'm direct, but this is the step-by-step book. This is where you just open it up and you can look at different chapters. There are meal plans in here, there are tips, there are, you know, a talk about everything from emotional mindset, but very much about the physical, and also kidney filtration and fasting. So thank you for showing up on my channel. Please subscribe and share, and I wish you amazing health with great kidney filtration, and I'll see you back soon.